Okay guys, I probably hope this audio quality is, which is, I mean, it will be more better than before last video. Okay, I just like to make it simple. On the bottom of my heart, I gonna review this little girl, this monster girl, something like that, called Rain, which is I just obtained her like yesterday, since her half memory is, well, for some people it's hard, medium for me it's ridiculously expert. It took around 2 weeks for me to solve that with full of desperation. Okay, let's review this, or we call this overview, this little girl, or Antoneva Cultis Rain, Riru No, something like that. Probably I will make a spare video about her overview stats and her battle capabilities, so theoretically and practically, something like that. Okay, let's get started. She's Catchbird, which is actually our server name. Rain, but the audio is called Riru, and some people call her Null. She's that type, which is a support mage depth type. It's pretty rare to see a depth type play as a support, which is mage, since only Bun Azusa and her, if I'm not mistaken right now, in this server, Southeast Asia server. She has Divine Artifact Tiamat and has around this power at the level cap of myself is 65 and have base level of A1. So she has 4 skill, which is 3 of them are the level 2, and the second or the first skill is actually level 5, level 3. Okay, let's get started. I will narrate the description. This is her passive skill called Left Wither, which is level 2. The description is: basic attacks and skill cast continuous wither on the target, which means this Left Wither will be cast continuously every basic attacks and skills, dealing a light magic damage every second up to 5 stacks, lasts for 6 seconds, which means she could give your enemy or target a target a damage over time up to 6 seconds, which the light damage could be stacked up to 5. And if you increase her level, it will increase damage itself up to 13%, something like that, 0.6%. Well, pretty good. I mean, giving damage over time, but the damage itself is not really, I mean, in my opinion, the damage is not really special. So yeah, it's also skill. It's not really wow, in my opinion. But well, defense over time for a hero is pretty interesting for me. And then the second skill, that touch. Okay, attack the frontal area with her left and right hand, which means this actually is a 2 times attack animation, dealing medium magic damage if both attack. I mean, dealing medium magic damage. So both attack dealing medium magic damage, and if both attacks hit, stun the unit for 2 seconds, and every sweep that hits at least one enemy heals by medium HP, but capped up to 30% of all maximum HP. Among all of her skill, this is one is actually pretty OP or interesting to be used. I mean, she will have animation of attacking left and right hands. I haven't tried her. I mean, like, no, since I've even not input her into so something like that. Basically, if this attack get hit both attack, I mean, it's stunned for 2 seconds. For a skill which has cooldown for 7 seconds, 2 seconds is pretty OP. Okay, I mean, stun for 2 seconds are pretty OP. Just for example, someone who has similar skill like Antoneva which give her 2 seconds of stun, but takes around 12 seconds. Too long. And even what I'll say, Osagi, which is pretty famous for his stun, could stun for around 2.5 seconds but has 13 seconds cooldown. So for me, I just want to say that for a 7-second cooldown could stun the enemy up until 2 seconds. It's pretty sick skill. It's basically you can spam using her dot touch and your enemy will be get stunned for like forever. And every sweep that hit at least one enemy heals herself for this medium moderate HP. So basically you can increase her HP capability using Kageso, yet it's only maximum capped up to 30% of her own HP, and increase damage and healing by 50% if you upgrade it. It's pretty sick skill for me in my opinion. Theoretically this is pretty deadly, but I don't know practically. Continue. I hope I can finish it before 10 minutes video. Okay. Consuming 5 of life, 2 seconds, have 12 second cooldown. Consume her 10% of her current HP, and healing friendly units for moderate or high health HP healing, and knocking back enemies units. For this, like her support skill, basically he just sacrificed 10% of her HP. Since there's no limitation, since they're using current, so if she is actually pretty, she is dying, just use this and she is not dying yet, and heals your friends for 12 seconds. This healing capability is pretty good, and even knocking back your enemy's units. So when she's using this, no one can interfere her skill except using ridiculous skill or CC skill, controlling skill, and even increase her healings by this percentage, and not cap on her skill. So basically you boost up her blessing or magic Kageso, and she is pretty already become an awesome healer, something like that. And life illusion, send an illusion which mean only one, go forward like Anka for skill, and dealing moderate magic damage to all units in the path. The illusion has 30% of attacks and power and 30% of her maximum health, lasts for 10 seconds. The illusion can weaken version of death touch and price of life. The illusion returns to rain when it ends, healing rain for amount of health remaining on the illusion, and recast the skill to recall the illusion earlier. Basically, she sent her doppelganger or her copied version of herself up to 10 seconds, for 10 seconds or up to 10 seconds, which has her 30% of her HP and attack power. Okay, if you read this description, it's pretty OP, especially her nightmare version that actually sends 6 illusions, not 1. And even can using even a weakened version that touch and price of life. Basically, she copied herself, and then the copied version has her 30% of this power and her HP, and can use both of this skill based on what I read, but I don't know the practical use. But sadly, this even with this level, like if you increase the level, the damage on the path will be increased and her illusion attack will be increased. The cooldown is 30 seconds, which is actually pretty long. It's actually same equal to set skill, but set skill is pretty more helpful for support, since most of battle didn't need to end. Most of battle you have been meet is more particularly only lasts for less than a minute. So maybe you can only use this skill like once in the battle, except so just make it simple. It's really not useful for a short-term battle, but really good at a long-term battle. So yeah, if you compare all of her useful with Kalia is still far more better than her, in my opinion. Okay, yet she's a depth type, and most of depth type actually is a damage dealer and with ridiculous skill. So I don't know if that really need a healer, something like that. Continue. She has pretty balanced power, so there is no pretty balanced skill, balanced stat rating for a super match, but lack of mobility. If you didn't know how to rate this, you can watch my previous video about auto optimization. So you can set up her Kagiso or her relic to its optimum potential. So yeah, something like that. If just make it simple, if you break or drop a relic, increase what this stat meaning for you. She has basically 700 match power with this current 60 something HP, and has around this physical depth and magic depth. Quite good for physical and magic depth for a match. So she's not really tend to that yet, see, because this stat actually belong to top wielder in my opinion, and no magic stat bonus, of course, and HP, pretty decent HP and match power for a healer. We don't need think about the star level yet, since I don't need to booster. No Kagiso because I want to make it fit. Okay, ability. She has pretty sick petrol points, which is 11. Really helpful if you take part on Freedom Route. In my opinion, the Freedom Route itself, I mean, I haven't even participated in Freedom Route yet, so I'm gonna wait a second. Okay, sorry, I'm talking to my parent. Okay, she has 11 petrol point, which is really good on Freedom Route. I haven't taken part on Freedom Route yet, so she's really useful for me. So if you want to conquer some builders, she will be helpful. Even if you conquer her, maybe your petrol skill will be interest you. Really helpful. She has opposite point, construction point of Andoneva, which is 1, and this pretty so-so development point of 5. So she's actually more or less time like Darfella, which has petrol skill. Even she's even far better for a skill based skill. I mean for A1. So if she has this petrol skill, really good. I mean her ability is really useful. She like plus she plan passive and really hate wine. Yeah, what kind of person that give wine to a little girl? And something like that. So that's her overview about Rain theoretically. So we're gonna test her on competency trials, since I haven't taken part on the competency trial yet. And yeah, let's test her on next video. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye.